What's up? It's Don't Accept Reality, and today we're going to discuss how to get an offer accepted in 2022 on the home of your dreams. But before we get into that, there's 3 home negotiations that need to take place for that offer to get accepted. And for starters, if you aren't a realtor, then you got to go get a realtor. And a realtor is going to be a key thing in this whole negotiation process. Having a realtor that can negotiate is probably the most valuable skill that realtor can give you. Obviously, being transparent and honest are key things as well, but you want to have a realtor that has negotiation skills out of this world. It's the only way that you're going to be able to make some noise and get that offer accepted in your hot market. I know that I'm in an extremely hot market, and the world's interest rates continue to rise. So you are seeing some prices going down slightly to create some balance, but you're going to see houses still increasing. And on my market, homes aren't going down in price anytime soon. You're just going to see those continue to rise. I'm based in Vegas. So out here in Vegas, you have the Raiders. You have a potential basketball team coming within the next year or two. And you have a potential baseball team coming out here within the next year or two. Those 2 sports teams right there alone are going to just continue to rise the property values out here. And having a realtor in my market, or in possibly your market too, wherever you may be located, it's huge. You got to have a great realtor. Key thing, there's a bunch of realtors out there, but you want to just have one that has great negotiation skills. So let's dive into the 3 home negotiation skills that's going to get that offer accepted for you in 2022. The first negotiation skill that your realtor should possess so you can get that offer accepted in 2022 is an initial offer. How to submit a good initial offer. For those that don't know what a good initial offer is, or just an initial offer in general, an initial offer is basically when you connect with the realtor and the realtor drafts up RPA, which is a residential purchase agreement, which varies based on what state you may be located in. But that residential purchase agreement will have all the terms and conditions that you agree upon and that you're trying to provide to the sellers to purchase their home. And once you submit that initial offer, the listing agent will now present that on to the sellers. And the sellers will either accept it, counter it if there's something they want to tweak or change within the offer, or they'll just reject it outright because maybe they got a better offer or they don't like the terms and conditions that you're trying to submit. And having a good realtor will be able to negotiate through that initial offer by doing a prior CMA. For those that don't know what CMA is a comparative market analysis. A CMA is utilized by a realtor to provide to the buyers what houses are going for in that similar market or within that same area that the property that they're trying to purchase is located. And with the CMA is basically you're taking a property that has the same criteria as a home that the buyer might be trying to purchase, whether it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath in comparison to another 4-bedroom, 3-bath that's within a 3 to 5 mile radius. And say you can see what that prior property has sold for in comparison to the property that you're going for. So you can get an idea of, what to offer on that home that you're trying to purchase. And it'll just help you with your negotiation and your terms. Because obviously if a home is underpriced or listed underpriced, then you'll value it a little bit more knowing that a similar build or property just sold for X amount of dollars and it's the same layout or looks exactly the same, almost a replica of what you're trying to purchase. And having a realtor that understands the CMA and understands the local market, it's going to be key to knowing what to offer and how to get that offer accepted. The second home negotiation skill that your realtor should have for your offer to be accepted in 2022 is the inspection. So the inspection would take place after the initial offer has already been accepted by the sellers. So once that initial offer gets accepted by the sellers, you're now going through the home buying process, which will continue on into the inspection. The inspector will come in and inspect the property, look for all the things that you might have missed or might not have came across, or things that you should be aware of before you move into that home or decide to move forward with the contract. And this is when your realtor would come into play, because once you receive the inspection report from the inspector and you might have a list of things that weren't addressed or things that were uncovered as the inspection had went on, then the realtor will now have to get into that negotiation bag and see if the sellers are able to lower the price, fix the repair, or provide the buyers a credit at closing. So the negotiation definitely continues throughout the inspection. So once that inspection report comes back and the sellers are going to give you what they're going to fix, or if they're not fixing anything and they're selling it as is, then your realtor would tell you as a buyer, like, hey, if you really want this home and they're selling it as is, you're going to jump into this thing and there's going to be some things that you're going to have to come out of pocket for. But you agreed on these terms. Don't do that unless you are a handyman or you have the time and you really love this house, you can't live without it. Other than that, there's a gang of other houses and opportunities out there. Get something that's turnkey and ready to go. But the negotiation doesn't stop there. The third home negotiation skill that your realtor should possess for you to get a home offer accepted in 2022 is appraisals. So for those that don't know what an appraisal is, if you are a buyer, your lender will order an appraiser to go to a property and give an appraisal on that house. Appraise it, giving the value of what that property is actually worth. And the appraiser will physically check out the property, look at all the different specs, see for any upgrades, check out the floors, the cabinets, the pool, things that might increase the value of that house or things that might decrease the value of that house. And once the appraisal is completed by the appraiser is then going to submit that appraisal to the lender, and the lender will then give you the appraised loan value. You will not get loaned more than what the appraised value is of that property. You have to keep that in mind. And this is kind of where negotiation takes place, because if you really want that property, you might have to have some liquid cash to close that appraisal gap. And this is also when having a good realtor takes place. Having a realtor to explain the appraisal gap, explain EMD, earnest money deposit, explain title company and escrow, as well as other contingencies that you may come across when going through your home buying process. So don't accept the first realtor that you come across on Zillow or Redfin. Make sure you do some good prospecting, maybe talk to a friend or a family member that has went through a home buying process in your area, and maybe they can refer you the realtor that they utilized. So that way your home buying process goes a little bit smoother, and your negotiation game will be immaculate because you're utilizing a realtor that is going through it or has gone through it and can give you the tools to get that offer accepted in 2022. I hope this video was useful for you guys. I want you guys to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, check out all my other content, and I truly appreciate y'all.